All right, here's the thing, guys. I was going to bed. It's now midnight here in California, and I couldn't sleep. So I was like, I got to figure out this whole Adbert Alzolay thing. So I got up, as you can see, through my glasses. I'm tired, but the news is not good. Basically, the news is not good. And I'm gonna take you through kind of like what I've been looking through to try to figure out like what's wrong with him. And it just turns out there's nothing wrong with him. I mean, at least from what I'm seeing, seems like the league is figuring him out. So like Adbert had this whole thing, right? And I'll go full screen on you here. Had this whole thing of like he was hanging this 85, 86 mile an hour slider to Fernando Tatis and a few others, and then he tightened it up, and that one's 90 right there. And yeah, he throws a cutter, but 52% of the time it's a slider. And then today's game, there's a hanging slider, there's a hanging slider, and there's the third hanging slider. He only threw 3 sliders against the Diamondbacks tonight, and they were all just like meat. And so I was just like, okay, is it like his landing spot, right? Just so you know, this one right here is from last year in a save against the Reds. This one was against the Fernando Tatis at bat in San Diego, and this one was tonight. And I can't see any difference unless you're a miracle worker. I mean, the only thing I saw maybe was like this angle because it was a little bit more behind home plate. It looks like he was closed up a little bit more, but these are more on the third base side. The camera is more on the third base side. So it just isn't going to look like he's closed up enough. So like, that was my first thing was like, maybe his front side is opening up and he's hanging that. And then I looked, at release point. And again, like I don't see anything different on any of these release points. I'll go full screen on you for you. Look at that. I don't see any difference from one to the next. So I went on Baseball Savant and I was like, all right, show me Adbert Alzolay metrics and things, and I'll pretend like I know what I'm looking for. I did do a lot of digging because I'm not a Baseball Savant expert yet, working to get there. But the heat map was what, well, first of all, his expected ERA this year's supposed to be 3.20. It's currently 3.12. Okay, so pretty much right on. Last year, take a look at this. Expected ERA 3.61. It was 2.67. He was expected to have an ERA a run higher than his actual results. And so that got me thinking, well, what would be the reason for that? Well, let's look at the slider. So he throws the slider almost 52% of the time. And that's what's been getting hit. That's the only thing that's been getting hit this year. And if you look at it in 2023, I'm just looking at the slider here. Now, one of the things you have to know about this is from behind home plate. At first I thought this was from a pitcher's standpoint, but if you look at where the plate is, it's from behind home plate. So all the red here, that's where most of the sliders are ending up. So they're all over the place. They're all over the place, but most of it is right here in the middle of the plate. A decent amount are hanging down here, which is where you want to see them. Some of them are backing up here, maybe even a backdoor slider to like a lefty. But a lot of them are up in the zone, which you don't really want to see. We'll take a look at 2023. It's not really that much more encouraging. Hard red, middle of the plate, and then a little bit of this light red down and away to righties. He's not trying to backdoor anything last year. So that means that to lefties, he's burying it down deep, right? And then again, 2024, 66 pitches compared to over 400 in 2023. A little bit of backdooring, but still just like up in the zone a little bit here. And so there's not enough data really, but all I know is I don't really like this either. I don't like 2023s. I don't like the way that looks. Do you like the way that looks? You want sliders in the middle of the plate like that? Let's look at Spencer Strider, for example. Spencer Strider, nasty slider. Look at that. It's down and away. It's all down and away. It's all hard down and away. There's nothing in the middle of the plate. right? Like, that's where you want your slider. So I decided I wanted to look at the film, and here we go. Here was just a random, that's a decently located slider. We're just gonna watch a picture. This was a random save. Okay, right there. That's where you want the slider, right? He somehow got a liner off the bat with that one, but just going back to that really quick, watch. Look at where it ends up. Boom, down and away. That's where you want it. This at bat was just a waste. I mean, he didn't put anything close here. Look at that hanging slider, way above the zone. Slider tries a backdoor, not even close, not even attempting pitch. 4-pitch walk, right? Then you got Zach McKinstry, who couldn't hit a lick with the Dodgers or the Cubs, comes up. Take a look at this. And, it's bottom of the lineup against the Tigers. Look at that. I mean, the only benefit of that pitch is that it starts as a ball and ends up a strike. Kinda like that Joe Borowski slider back in the day. He would backdoor him, it would start as a ball, end as a strike. That worked. Look at that. Slider right into this happy zone. Clean slider. Again, we keep hearing Boog and JD talk about it. He's throwing too many strikes with the slider. And then watch this at bat. I mean, the amount of hanging sliders in this at bat, this guy should hit walk-off home runs all day long. That one's down low, not competitive. Maybe on 2 strikes is. Fastball right down the middle, 94, 97, 94 down the middle. Hanger. I think I could hit that one for at least a double. Now it's 1 and 2, so bury something, right? Gotta bury something. Make them chase. Bury, not competitive. I mean, that one's good. It's still a strike, but it's on the outer corner, right? It's not hung. Alright, last batter of the game here. Look at that. I mean, all day long. That's a hanger. That's right there for him. It's the number 9 batter for the Tigers. Fastball paint, didn't get the call. Let's see what that pitch was. 1 and 1, 2 outs. You got the tying run on second. But okay. So pretty good pitch, right? You saw that one just kind of bottom out. That's the ones when he starts it at the middle of the plate, then it goes down. Then it's got that hard bite. That's like the one that you saw to JP Crawford here. That hard bite down. It starts in the middle, goes down. When it's like Fernando Tatis's, starts up and just stays up. It's just a hanger. Marte starts up. Marte did a good job of hitting this one out. That should have been probably like a single or a double, but Marte is just a beast. What I'm pointing out here is that very few times does his slider actually start in the middle and dive off. It's either like that. Mine's dirty. Just pick another random game. All right, we're gonna count how many sliders, and we're gonna count how many good ones. Bad. So he's got 1 slider, no. So what are we doing here? 1 slider, no good ones yet. He got a very lucky call on that. Not a good slider. That's the second slider. Yeah, I'd be shaking my head too. That's the second slider, not a good one. Look at how it just backs up. That's not good. I mean, maybe that's his cover, but it doesn't look good. There's another one. Hang on. So you got the Royals, plus they're getting screwed by the umpire. So 3 sliders so far, none of them good. Fastball, no. What I was saying before too. So that was a decent one, but not on 1-0. I'm gonna give him that. That was a good slider. 4 sliders, 1 good one. If you're thinking the fastball was the reason, it's not. Last year he was 94 to 96 as well for most of it. Honestly, I think that's what he has to do. He just has to throw more fastballs. Not a good slider. It's the 5th slider. 1 good one so far. That was a good location. It didn't have much bite. All right, 6 sliders, we'll give it 2 good so far. Right in the middle of the plate, 7 sliders, not a good one. Better, it still was hittable, but it had nice break to it. 8 sliders, 3 good ones, right down the middle of the plate. 9 sliders, 3 good ones. And then you got Bobby Witt Jr. here, so being legitimately good here, 3 for 4 today, Wednesday, and he's right through a hanger. He knows he just missed one. That's 10 sliders, only 3 good ones still. If you notice too, Marte timed up 1 slider, and then he was good. That's what he's supposed to do with it. He's supposed to bury it after getting ahead 0-1, but he didn't do that with Marte. He's not doing that with most guys this year. And here you go. There you go. That still has too much of a pipe. I'm gonna give it to him. 12 sliders, 5 good ones. And here's your last part of the game. Start 12 total, 5 good ones. Okay, so if you start to get the feel for it, you got 13 sliders now, 6 good ones. That's better, and I think the league finally has decided, Adbert Alzolay, just wait for the hanging slider. That's what you gotta wait for. Unfortunately, guys, like, that's the bad news I have for us right now. He was doing the same thing last year. The league is caught up. Let me know what you think in the comments.